So welcome back to the channel, and in this video we are going to have a look at this DEWALT battery, which is only about 7 or 8 months old, but it is not charging. It's got one light showing there, and we're just going to take it apart now. I'm using a Torx screwdriver for this, and I must stress, if you're not competent enough to deal with batteries or take things apart like this, then I wouldn't advise you doing it. I am wearing gloves. I do have a rubber mat down. They do contain chemicals, the batteries, and they are prone to exploding and catching fire if you do anything stupid inside the battery. You have to be careful, you have to be competent, and you have to be sensible with the battery. Treat it with respect, and it's a bit like nitroglycerin. You need to be gentle. Now, it's very simple to get out. There's just simple 4 screws there, and it just pulls apart like that. And inside there you can see the battery cells just about, and they will just pop out of the bottom casing. But as you can see, it's extremely rusty. This has been in the back of my van, and I do believe it was in a bucket of water, which is probably why it's so damn well rusty. It's I think it's just about had it. I don't think it's going to be repairable. The battery cells for these type of batteries are really expensive, and it is probably better off just going out and buying a new battery. But I thought I'd do a video because there are some simple repairs you can do to batteries if you've got the time and can be bothered. They're not very hard to work on. It's like I say, you just need to be sensible and careful, and I cannot stress that enough, especially when you're prizing it out of the casing here. You do not want to damage the cells because they do contain harmful chemicals. Well, not only will they get on your hands and start burning, they could catch fire. So you do have to be careful. Once it's out there, you can see all the rust and everything is clearly been in a bucket of water. That I don't think there's anything I can do with it, but we are going to go through a few tests anyway, just to show you how to test the battery if you need to. I'm going to clean some of this rust off with some isopropyl alcohol to get to the contact, so we can test each individual cell. Now, one of the things you can check on this is the little fuse thing. I'm just rubbing it there because it's smelling it to make sure there's no chemicals or anything. It is just water that's inside this battery. But going back to one of the things that you can test on this is the little fuse. You might have just seen or caught a glimpse of it there on the side. It looks like an S shape, and I'm just going to point that out in a minute. There you go, it's like an S shape, and that is a fuse, a failsafe. Should anything go wrong with the battery, which I would have expected that to have gone with all this rust here, but it hasn't gone anyway. It's intact. That is one of the first point of calls to have a look at on a battery, because they do go. It is quite common on DEWALT batteries for them to go, and it's a very easy repair, and it will get your battery back on track if you repair it. Now, I'm just going to clean all this rust off now. I'm going to speed the video up, and I'll catch you at the other side. Right, so we're back now, and I'm just checking the voltage at the contacts there and making sure that it is reading some sort of voltage, and then we're going to test each cell individually. Now, they are marked on this one, the minus and the positive. Obviously the positive is the red and the minus is the black, but it is marked on the casing which is which. So we're going to go down them individually and see what's going on, see whether any of the cells are still working and which ones aren't. Now, these are spot welded with the little bits of metal that you see on the side. They are spot welded to the batteries, so it's probably a best idea to do that. I haven't got a spot welder. Now, one of the cells is reading 3.5 there. The first one, you probably saw that was 1 volt. This one's 3.5, and as you can see, I'm swapping the probes around while I'm doing this, and again 3.5, and the last one, there you go, 3.5. so the cells, except for one, are okay. They should be 3.5, but that first one, hang on, I've just got the probes the wrong way around. That is 1 volt. So that's obviously a bad cell. So it's obviously not going to work properly with just one cell, and it's reading 15.35 volts. But it isn't charging. So I suspect that the circuit board has gone as well because it's got wet. It's not charging, it's just showing one like there, which is showing that it's not at voltage. Really, that's what that means. We can't really do a lot else with this battery. I'd have to replace that cell there, but I do not have a spot welder to spot weld the batteries back on. I think you can solder them. Not actually done that myself, but it's like I said, by the time you've done all this, you might as well have just gone for a new battery. I think they're about £30, these type of batteries. They're not really that expensive, but when I've replaced the circuit board, one of the cells, and probably got a spot welder to put the batteries on, there'd be absolutely no point. I might as well have just got a new battery and got a guarantee. But it is my fault that this battery has failed. I did leave it or drop it in a bucket of water. I did find it in the bucket of water. I have those flexible buckets for plumbing, and I used this battery for my pump that I use in the bucket to pump out any water. And I just threw it in the bucket, not realizing there was water in there, I think, as well, and the battery obviously got damaged as a result. Water and electricity do not mix. It causes a short, so it was probably what has damaged that cell in the first place. But as you can see, there is a lot of rust inside that casing. I'm going to take that to the sink and clean it out, and then I'm going to let it all dry out, and I might put it back together and see if it'll just charge once it's dried out. But I'm not hopeful. I do believe this battery is completely goosed, and like I said, it's probably going to cost far too much for me to repair the battery now. So we're going to leave it there for now, and I might keep you updated in the video. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you got something out of this video today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope this video helps somebody today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in another video soon. So there you go, guys.